Hi everyone, my name is Ella Sobani. I am 17 years old and I'm from San Diego, California, and I'm really excited to help you all learn about healthy lifestyles.
Hi, my name is Zila Chataya. I am also 17 and I'm also from San Diego, California. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to educating you guys about healthy lifestyles and what it means to live a healthy and balanced life.
So, week one is all about what conditions are necessary for maintaining good health. So, we'll get into that. Okay, so this past week on Monday, you should have been learning about sleep. Why do humans sleep? What do our brains do while we are sleeping? And most importantly, how long should we be sleeping? Tuesday, emotional and mental health should have been covered, and we're going to have a fun activity relating to that at the end of this video. Wednesday, you should have learned a little bit about diet and done a fun activity with a My Plate coloring sheet. And Thursday is all about exercise. Why is staying active so important? And Friday is today. We will be reviewing the importance of sleep, emotional health, diet, and exercise. So, sleep review. Um, why do we sleep? How much should we sleep? And what is insomnia? So, sleep does many things for us, and it is very important to human development. While we sleep, our bodies grow muscles, bone, and skin. Um, this is kind of sleep is the way for the body to fix injuries. It's like a timeout session, so our body can heal from within. Our brain processes all the crazy stuff that happened in the day before. Um, our body is least stressed when we are asleep. And lastly, sleep is really important for when we're fighting colds or infections because it's time that our immune system uses to combat these things. And our bodies really need to rest. So, what happens if we don't sleep, you might ask? Well, I'm really guilty of this myself. I get really grumpy and don't have much patience. Humans can also get headaches and they aren't able to do simple activities such as like socialize or complete a homework task or exercise. And if you don't get sleep for an extended period of time, you can even hallucinate, which means you see things that aren't really there, which is pretty scary. Kind of cool, but mostly scary. And lastly, what is insomnia? So, insomnia is a sleep disorder, which makes it really difficult for someone to sleep. So, some things that can kind of help with insomnia is making sure you don't drink caffeine, which is in stuff like coffee, and not exercising right before you go to bed. These things can prevent you from falling asleep easy. And how much should we sleep? So this chart kind of goes over like the different amount of sleep different age groups need. So I think most people in this video need around 9 to 11 hours of sleep. Leon and I would both need around 8 to 10 hours of sleep. So yeah. And now Leela's gonna speak a little bit about healthy eating habits and diet.
Yeah, so we're just going to quickly go through a couple of big concepts you guys have covered this past week, which include food groups, how to build like a balanced plate or a balanced meal, what a healthy diet can do for you that's good, and of course the importance of staying hydrated and drinking a lot of water. So we're going to go through the major food groups first. There are four major food groups: grains, vegetables and fruits, dairy, meat, and other proteins. And what I really want to emphasize here is trying to find the right balance of these different food groups. So for example, grains include breads, cereals, rice, pasta, and like other kind of like carb focused dense foods like that. You can see it on the pyramid right there on the right. Alice mouse is pointing at it really helpfully. So Those things are definitely part of a healthy diet. And then, of course, vegetables and fruits. And what's really fun about vegetables and fruits and what I love about them is that there's such a big variety. So you can choose so many different vegetables and fruits. And I think what we're going to talk about a bit later is getting the rainbow of the diet on your plate. So all these different colors and like vegetables and fruits, you want to have a good variety. And really, if you don't like one, there's so many other options out there. But vegetables and fruits compose a very important part of your diet, so make sure you're getting enough of those. And then also dairy is another food group, so this includes milk, yogurt, and cheese and other dairy products. And then, of course, meat and other proteins, so like steak and chicken and fish, and also some plant-based sources of protein, which include like beans and lentils and soy. So a ton of good stuff. But we're going to talk in the next slide about how to best balance them. Oh, before we do that, just a quick practice activity. So there's a couple of foods up here, and I want you guys to all take a moment to quickly think in your head about which food group these following items belong to. So the four options again are grains, vegetables and fruit, dairy, and lean meat and other proteins. So just take a quick moment and just think about it in your head.
Yeah. The teacher will also be pausing this video for a couple minutes, so you have a couple minutes to think. So now is the time to pause. Okay, now we'll continue.
All right, welcome back. So the answers are on the next slide, and I'm sure all of you guys did amazing. But yes, here we go. Cheese is a dairy product. Broccoli is obviously a vegetable. Chicken is a protein source. What else do we have here? Bread is a grain. Salmon is also a protein. Watermelon is a fruit. Rice is a grain, and lettuce is also a vegetable. So I'm sure you guys all did amazing. Okay, so some big kind of like nutrients to know in terms of like proper food consumption and things like that, and what it can do for us. So, protein, we talked a lot about this before. So, on the previous slide, for example, chicken was a source of protein. And pretty much protein is really important because it's responsible for a lot of our body's very basic functions. So, it can help our body grow. After you exercise, when you tear muscle fibers, when you exercise, it can build and repair the muscle tissue and give you help build muscles. And then also carbohydrates are also really important because they're our main source of energy. We get a lot of energy from carbs, so if you don't have enough carbs, you can feel really sluggish and tired. But again, I'm just going to emphasize, like, you want to have everything in moderation. You want to have a good balance of all these different things. And then, of course, healthy fats. These also can be really good energy sources, and they're also really important in just like our basic bodily functions and making sure that our cells can work properly. So some examples of like healthy fats include like avocados and nuts, seeds, and also just like some more kind of like fish that has like a lot of oil, so like tuna and salmon and other things like that. Okay, so now my favorite part, we're going to talk about building a balanced plate. And we have a little picture right there as well that you can kind of look at for reference if you're more of a visual learner. But here's like a little checklist that I kind of have for you guys. So whenever you're kind of building your next meal or looking at your plate and serving yourself, just try and keep these things in mind so you're getting the right intake of all the proper nutrients you need to feel healthy and energized and happy. So first things first, you want to fill one half of your plate with colorful veggies, and this can be any kind of vegetable you want. It can be broccoli, it can be celery, it can be carrots, it can be anything you want. So just make sure you're getting a lot of different vegetables in there. They can be colorful and fun, but some really cool colors to consider that have like a lot of different minerals and benefits for you are like kind of dark green vegetables, red vegetables, and orange vegetables. And then moving on to the next item on our checklist, you want to have at least 1/4 of your plate made up of carbs. So this can be whole grains like, oats, rice, pasta, and this can also be starchy vegetables, so like sweet potatoes and just potatoes in general, green beans, sweet corn, and squash. Those are all also carbohydrate sources, so keep that in mind. And then for the last fourth of your plate, you want to have protein-rich foods. So this can be any different protein source you want, like chicken, it can be steak, it can be fish, eggs, and yeah, so that's pretty much another kind of, that's how you kind of want to approach building your own plate. And then, of course, eating fresh whole fruit can be really beneficial for your health. It can be a good snack or dessert. And they're also a really good source of healthy carbohydrates. And of course, I'm sure all you guys out there have a fruit that you like. So it's a really good, healthy snack option to consider. And then also something I didn't really include in the slide, but dairy is also a really important part of our diet. Of course, you don't want to overdo it, but like it doesn't hurt to like have a glass of milk in the morning. Or something like that. So yeah. All right, next slide, building your food rainbow. So something that's really fun about food is that obviously it's so colorful and beautiful and awesome, but the colors of our food are really interesting because they're actually like connected with different benefits that they offer. So for example, red foods like strawberries and watermelon and apples and tomatoes, they all have antioxidants, vitamins like vitamin A and vitamin C, and they help promote healthy tissue growth. And then looking further down the list, for example, greens, they give us really essential minerals and magnesium, calcium, potassium, and a ton of different vitamins. So you guys can look at this in more detail later on because I don't want to take up too much time talking about it. But we're going to let you guys like kind of print out your own copy of this and then kind of track how many colors you can get over the course of the week. So just make sure you have like a really kind of fun, colorful diet with a lot of different fruits and vegetables. So just, yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, last slide about healthy eating habits. Of course, food is really important, but water is also extremely important. And I'm sure you guys know when you feel like dehydrated or you don't have enough water that you can feel tired and sluggish. You might have a headache. You might not be able to, move around as fast. So water can do a lot of really important things for us, but there are a ton of different benefits that I've listed here, but pretty much water helps get rid of waste in your body. It can help you feel energized and it can help you move around fast. It helps keep your skin healthy. It can improve your mood. Um, and perhaps like most importantly, it helps you with your focus and your brain functions. You can do well in school and you can learn and you can do homework assignments, but it also carries essential nutrients and oxygen throughout your body. So we always feel, awake, alert, healthy, and ready to move around. So something that's really important, I want you guys to make sure you keep this in mind throughout the day when you're building your healthy plates and you're trying to promote a more healthy lifestyle, is to drink at least 6 to 8 cups of water each day. And I know you guys got this. Just make sure you're like just keeping this in mind throughout the day. Just like every hour or so, every 2 hours, checking in with yourself. Have I had enough water today? And if not, go and grab a glass of water. And here's a cool fun fact: our bodies are made out of about 70% water.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's the same amount as like a cucumber or something. But moving on, we don't want to make this video too long, but we're going to do a quick review of what you guys learned this week about exercise. So why is exercise important? What are the benefits of exercise? And how, like, maybe we could give you some suggestions on how you can incorporate exercise into your daily life. So why is exercise important? So many reasons. So not only does it like help your actual body strength, exercise can make a person feel good. When you exercise, there's these chemicals that are released called endorphins, and endorphins just make you feel happy. And exercise can also improve your self-esteem and help you sleep better because you become more tired throughout the day if you exercise. Exercise also helps people, stay at a healthy weight and lower the risk of some diseases, particularly heart diseases. We'll be learning more about diseases next week. But and also exercise can help a person age really well because it helps build like bone strength and it just keeps blood flow really great in your body, which is critical to aging well. So, how much should you exercise? So, health experts recommend 60 minutes a day for kids and teenagers, so our age group. But this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, go to the gym, lift weights, or whatever. It just means staying active. Um, so, this can look like going on a walk around your neighborhood. I love to do that. Going on a short run, or maybe biking with your friends, or doing yoga in your house, jump roping with your friends, doing honestly anything that gets your heart rate up. Um, and your heart rate, if anyone doesn't know, um, also known as your pulse, is the number of time your heart beats per minute. So when you exercise, your heart starts to beat faster. So your heart rate goes up. And I'm just gonna play a short video for you guys really quickly um, that goes over some factual reasons why exercise is so important for people our age too.
Like adults, kids need exercise. Most children need at least an hour of physical activity every day. Regular exercise helps children feel less stressed, feel better about themselves, feel more ready to learn in school, keep a healthy weight, build and keep healthy bones, muscles, and joints, sleep better at night.
As kids spend more time watching TV, they spend less time running and playing. Parents should limit TV, video game, and computer time. Parents can set a good example by being active themselves. Exercising together can be fun for everyone. Competitive sports can help kids stay fit. Walking or biking to school, dancing, bowling, and yoga are some other ways for kids to get exercise.
So that's the end of that video really quick. We won't bore you guys too much. Next, Leela's going to talk a little bit about emotional and mental health.
Yeah, so we're going to be covering just some basic concepts like what is mental health, what can you do to make your mental health better, what is emotional health, and how can you improve your emotional health. So quickly, kind of going over what is mental health. So mental health is pretty much where we stand emotionally, socially, and psychologically. So, for example, like if your mental health isn't too great, you might be feeling sad all the time. You might be feeling stressed. You might be feeling anxious. But a lot of different factors kind of play into our mental health, like our family genes, our history of mental illnesses, and different life experiences can all play a role in shaping our mental health. But I really want to emphasize that having positive mental health is super important. It's really beneficial. Obviously, we want you guys to feel happy, but it has a ton of other benefits. Like it helps you realize your full potential. You can feel more empowered, more motivated, more strong. You know that you have the power to do amazing things. It can help you cope with stress in your life and anxiety, and learn how to manage and deal with that. You can feel more productive. You'll want to work more. You'll feel more motivated. And then also, of course, make really meaningful contributions to your communities. So you'll feel the need, to give back and help others because you're feeling happy and um, healthy yourself. But on the other hand, negative mental health is obviously something we don't want you guys to have. Um, Not only does it make you feel, hopeless or upset, but it can have like a lot of side effects. Like it can lead to bad relationships with your family members if you're not feeling happy and content with yourself. And you might be feeling, confused or angry or upset or frightened. And those are all things that can, contribute to more stress in your life and more anxiety. And it's just not where you want to be in your mental headspace. So we really want to focus on helping you guys build, positive mental health.
Yeah, for sure. And especially in the situation that we're all in right now, as like an entire world dealing with COVID-19, like we understand and, we've been there too, where maybe like you get sad sometimes or you feel worried. I definitely do. but it's important to make sure to prioritize your own mental health, because it's your life that you're living. You want to be happy, and we're here for you to
Yeah.
help you try and build these habits. We can do it together because obviously it's a work in progress for everyone.
Mhm. And like especially during this time, we want you guys to find things that make you happy. So like make sure you're doing things that make you feel, like excited and motivated and make you smile and laugh. And here are just like a couple of fun examples. But of course, it can be whatever you want, whether that's like a dance party in your room or going out to get ice cream with friends, or of course in moderation. um, Drinking water, going for a run or a jog or just walking around your neighborhood with your family. And then, of course, making new friends, reaching out to others, maintaining healthy relationships in your life with your friends and your family are really important. And also letting them know that you love them and you care about them, that they're important to have in your life. We just want to make sure you guys are just doing things that make you happy, especially during this time, because we totally get how hard it can be and how stressful it can be. But we need to learn to put ourselves first sometimes and really take care of ourselves and our emotional well-being. And this just this is all like very up to you guys. It's all very individual, but whatever makes feel safe or happy or excited, make sure you're taking time out of your day, even if it's just like a little bit of time to do these things.
For sure. One of the things that I found like really helpful is keeping a gratitude journal, especially if you're feeling like sad. Just listing the things that you're grateful for in your life, because obviously everyone has at least one thing that they're grateful for, kind of changes your outlook. So these are just some suggestions. As Lila said, everything on this page is optional and up to you and your own preference. But we will be doing an activity in class today, where we practice, prioritizing your own mental health and practicing like self-love and all the things that we just talked about. So your teacher will be handing out this worksheet here, or not worksheet, journal entry. And basically it's time to write a love letter to yourself. And the instructions are there. But basically write about the things that you love about yourself. You can say, I'm smart, I'm capable, I'm a kind person, like anything. I'm really good at skateboarding or whatever you're good at. Everyone has lovable traits about themselves, and the sooner you realize them in yourselves, the better. So that's the end of our lesson for today. We'll see you guys next week. And we're looking forward to next week, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this presentation and this week of activities. So, okay. Bye, everyone.
Guys.